few videos back I already showed how I prepared wool from a raw fleece to a knittable yarn, which I succeeded in, but the quality of the wool wasn't really for spinning and knitting with it. It was just a very average sheep that needed to be shorn, and I got the wool, which was lovely, but I still have a lot of the wool left over, and I thought about making a jacket with a quilted lining. So I made a sample how this is going to look. It is going to be a pretty annoying process, but it works. So this is a very thin cotton fabric, and in between there is the carded wool. So I hope I carded enough of it, because it is an annoying process and I don't want to repeat that. And it took me hours of my life to do that. So the pattern that I'm going to use is a vintage pattern I found in a thrift store a few months back. It's a man's bomber jacket. The outer fabric is going to be this green cotton corduroy fabric. And then I also ordered this teddy fleece, which is supposed to also be 100% cotton, and I hope it is, but it was the only shop that I found that said it was 100% cotton. Let's just believe what is written on the internet. And I'm going to use this for the collar and the lapels. I think they're called lapels. Sometimes my brain just digs out these very specific English words and I wonder how the hell did they get in there. And then I have all of this wool. There is still some debris in there. I will just hide it in between the cotton sheets and act like it's not there. It's natural, so who cares? So the first step in this process is to start the quilting, which will be pretty annoying because I don't really like doing it, but I really want to have this jacket ready because it is cold and I need a warm jacket. So this is the pattern that I'm going to use. I finished all of the quilted pieces. I didn't make them exactly to pattern because the fabric will change a bit while quilting. So I just made quite big rectangular pieces to cut the pattern from. I am living in Winter Wonderland right now. It is quite magical and nice. I hope it will last because the temperatures aren't that low and it could melt and it could turn into rain, which would be horrible. Other than that, I managed to cut out all of the pattern pieces yesterday and I'm going to start sewing now. I've got my sewing thread here and I'm going to start with another laborious task that is quite boring, which is serging all of the edges. If I'm going to put all of this effort and time into a project, I really want it to be very clean and perfect and long lasting. So I'm going to do it. It will be worth it. I forgot, before I start serging, I need to put in these darts and mark some things on the pattern pieces, so on the actual fabric, so I can take the paper off. I'm going to do that and then serge all of the edges. This second pocket on top wasn't in the pattern, but I put it in because I want this jacket to be very functional for my life and for my day-to-day reality, and I need some pockets where I can just put some snacks for my dog in and some nasty things that I don't necessarily also want to put my hands in. So these top pockets are the nasty pockets where I will put all of the dog stuff in, and these pockets below are from my hands, and I also lined them with teddy fleece, and these are just lined with the cotton fabric that I made the lining with. The reason why I waited to this stage in the process with cutting the lining is that there are a lot of folds and darts in this pattern, so I really don't want to do the math of calculating the pattern piece without all of these things just to do the lining. So because I don't want to put darts or folds in the lining, it's already thick, so that would be kind of useless. So I will use the outer fabric panels to cut out the lining and fit them this way.
Ça, c'est au-dessus des artistes.
The jacket is done. I am so happy with it. It is very warm and it is really light, which is kind of surprising to me because I always thought wool is a kind of heavy material, but apparently it isn't. Maybe I was just wrong about that, but it is very light and nice to wear because it doesn't weigh me down. I can move in every direction, which is probably due to the huge fold in the back that I did. I initially didn't want to do it, but now I did it and I'm really happy about it because it gives me a lot of room to move in. And I'm also really glad that I did the teddy fabric on the inside in the front so that it looks like this when it's open, and everything is just so clean and nice. I'm probably going to add a button on top here. It looks great. I'm really happy and glad that I actually went through with this, and this wasn't just an idea in my head for months until it got warm again. So that was really good. I also made this hat a while back. I knit this last year or 2 years ago, and I also made these pants last year, I think. These are jeans, it's denim fabric, and if I'm already praising myself for all the grandiose things that I'm doing, I also made this bag. It's very nice. I've been using it for 2 years and I love it. It's just a sling bag, but it's really good. As I was filming my jacket, I noticed that the tree that I mounted my camera on had these little mushrooms growing out of it. At first I thought these were wood ear mushrooms, but they usually grow on elder tree, and this isn't elder tree. So I think they are something different, and I know the name in German, but I don't know it in English, so I will put it on the screen. Angel just rolled herself in pretty much every nasty thing she could find. I can hear her, but she prefers to send herself with some excrements than spend time with me. So you have to have your priorities straight, I think, even if you're a dog. I need to accept that, and I'm going to. But maybe she will get a little shower today, just as a treat, and also because she does sleep in my bed, and I don't have a high tolerance for bad smells. Oh, there she is. Fenchel hunted down a spruce cone, so now it's time to take it apart, which is very important business.